Millionaire CEO sees Maid teaching his son piano and falls deeply in love. Maxwell Carter was one of the richest men in the city. He owned a huge tech company that made phones, computers, and even smart robots. Everyone knew his name. He lived in a big mansion with marble floors, fancy chandeliers, and rooms more than he could count. But Maxwell wasn't happy. He worked all day, came home late, and ate dinner alone. His wife had passed away years ago, and now it was just him and his 12-year-old son, Oliver. Oliver was a good kid, smart, kind, and funny, but he didn't talk much these days. Since his dad was always busy, he spent most of his time in his room or wandering around the empty house. One afternoon, Maxwell came home earlier than usual. It was raining outside, and he thought maybe he'd have dinner with Oliver for once. As he walked into the house, he heard something beautiful: piano music. It was soft and sweet, like sunshine after a storm. He followed the sound to the music room, which he hadn't used in years. The door was open just a crack. Inside, he saw his son sitting at the piano, and next to him stood Maria, their maid. Maria was young, maybe in her early 20s. She wore her simple uniform, but her smile lit up the room. She was teaching Oliver how to play a song. Her hands moved gently over the keys, showing him how to press them softly, how to feel the music. Maxwell watched quietly. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. Oliver was laughing. He hadn't heard his son laugh in months. "Keep going, Ollie," Maria said. "You're doing great." Oliver tried again, making a few mistakes, but Maria just smiled and helped him fix them. Maxwell felt something strange inside, like warmth spreading through his chest. He hadn't felt this way in a long time. He stepped back quietly and left them alone. From that day on, Maxwell started coming home earlier. He told himself it was just because he wanted to spend time with Oliver, but deep down, he knew why he really did it. Every day after school, Maria would teach Oliver piano for an hour. Sometimes she sang too, her voice soft and clear. Oliver was getting better at the piano, and more importantly, he was smiling again. Maxwell began to notice little things about Maria: how she always remembered Oliver's favorite snacks, how she cleaned the house while humming songs, how she never complained, even when things were hard. One evening, after Oliver went to bed, Maxwell found Maria in the kitchen, washing dishes. "Thank you," he said. She turned around, surprised. "For what, sir?" "For teaching Oliver piano. He's different now, happier." Maria smiled. "He's a great kid. Smart too. He just needed someone to sit with him and listen." Maxwell looked at her, really looked at her, not as the maid, not as someone who worked for him, but as a person, a kind, warm-hearted person. "I should have been there for him," he said quietly. "I'm sorry I wasn't." Maria dried her hands. "You're here now, that's what matters." They talked for a while, standing in the quiet kitchen, about music, about life, about losing people they loved. Maria had lost her mother a few years ago. Maxwell told her about his wife. That night, Maxwell realized something. He was falling in love with Maria, but he was scared. He was a millionaire. She was just a maid. What would people say? Would she even think of him that way? Days turned into weeks. Maria kept teaching Oliver piano. They played duets now. Sometimes even Maxwell joined in with a tambourine or clapping. Then came the day of the neighborhood talent show. Oliver asked if he could perform. Maxwell was shocked. On stage, in front of people. "Yes," Oliver said. "With Maria." So they practiced every day. Oliver would play piano, Maria would sing, and sometimes Maxwell would join in with drums or help set up lights. The night of the show came. The town hall was full. People cheered when Oliver and Maria took the stage. They played beautifully. Maria's voice filled the room, and Oliver's fingers danced across the keys. At the end, everyone stood up and clapped. Maxwell stood at the back, tears in his eyes. After the show, Maria came up to him. "You were amazing," he said. "So were you," she smiled. "You've changed, Mr. Carter." "It's Maxwell," he said.
And yeah, I guess I have.
There was a pause. "I don't want to be just your maid anymore," Maria said softly. If that's okay with you. Maxwell looked at her, heart pounding. I'd like that very much. From that day on, Maria still helped around the house, but she also became part of the family. She taught Oliver piano lessons, cooked dinners, and laughed with Maxwell. They weren't perfect, but they were happy. And that Maxwell realized was worth more than all the money in the world. The end.